What's up, everyone? Thank you guys all for joining in. We see all you guys coming along. Matt,
Hi.
Ted, Allison, Caitlin, Kate, Steve, Michelle Hill. Thank you guys all for coming. We're going to get started here shortly, but we appreciate you guys being on.
Yeah, it's really cool. And everyone's waiting to see you. Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Lisa, should we wait a minute or should we start?
Yeah, no, let's wait until 7:05.
Okay.
Give
What?
everybody a couple more
This?
minutes to jump on.
Because our audio isn't working.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Lisa. My video stopped for some reason.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey, guy. Oh, hey, Joe. Joe. Everybody's like, so many people in my life are Joe. I realized that the other day. Yeah, if anyone's having technical difficulties, look at the kid that went to Stanford, not me. Don't have a clue.
The sound is literally working.
You stay in Philadelphia?
Have you disabled some video function?
Gonna be
Here,
transferred
Sally, come over.
after this season.
Come over here.
That's the rumor I hear.
Sally. Hi.
Can you
Hello.
guys? Oh my gosh. Hi, everybody.
Lisa, can you see us? It's Cindy, Erica, and Sally.
No, I can't see you, but I know that voice for my entire life. So
We are all here. Left a good job in the city.
you guys are having way more fun than I am.
Yeah.
As always, honestly, as always.
Yep.
Okay, Zach, let's wait another like minute or so and then let's
I don't know how to
let's
do it.
get going.
We're working on this, Lisa. We're working on it.
We saw you a second ago, and I don't know where you guys went.
Show
Scoot over,
Lisa,
Sally.
show Lisa your outfit.
Should I ask Julie if she wanted to
Oh my
go?
gosh. Oh my
She's
gosh.
already seen it. Oh, geez. She's seen
Yeah.
it?
I see the rafters too with their stuff on. So guys, we may be losing video just because of the amount of people coming on. I'm not sure.
Yep, we are. You ready to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do this. 2020 foundation event.
Yep. Thank you guys, obviously, all for coming. This isn't exactly the foundation event that we wish we could have during the season, but it truly is an honor to be with everyone tonight. You know, Julie and I, my mom, we're all very grateful for that you guys would spend your time with us tonight. And so with that, I'm going to start in a little bit of prayer, and then we'll get this thing rolling. Dear Lord, we thank you for allowing us to be together tonight, even though it is virtually, Lord God. We feel you moving in the midst. And you say where two or more are gathered, Lord God, you are there. And so allow us to just continue to maintain that focus, Lord God, that you are here, even though we're in multiple rooms all over the country, all over the world right now, Lord God, that you are here. That we would use this time to just shine your light, what we've been doing in this community in Philadelphia, because it's because of you that we're able to do all of this. And so we thank you. We praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
So with that, I just want to, we want to fill you guys in what 2020 has been like from a foundation perspective. It's been a roller coaster like it has been for all of us. It started off early in March when everything kind of came full circle with the virus. There was an immediate need for food in Philadelphia. So Julie and I decided to donate to Phil Abundance Food Bank here in Philadelphia ourselves with a $100,000 donation, just to make sure that people of Philadelphia had access to food, because there's so much uncertainty when it came to where kids were going to get their food from with schools closing. The Phil Abundance organization immediately said that they didn't know how long they had in their pantries and their reserves. So we we decided to take the initiative. A couple of my teammates followed. Jason Kelsey, Connor Barwin immediately jumped in and followed suit. So it was really an honor to do all that stuff. And from there, that was in the springtime. We get to August, and there's a lot of uncertainty with the football season. And so I didn't know when I was in school, when Julie was an athlete growing up, we had a place to go from 3 to 7 p.m. at night. And we don't know what we would have done if that access would have been taken away from us. And so I kind of made a plea to the governor, the Philadelphia Athletic Association, to just say, hey, I don't know whether it's right that these kids play or not, but I'm pleading with you that you don't forget them. And so the season was canceled. I don't know exactly what the organizations did, but we saw on Twitter some heartbreaking stuff. The coach of one of our local high school teams here in Philadelphia lost a player from gun violence, and it really just hit home. You know, my mom really found it. She showed us. She reached out to the coach saying, hey, what can we do? And from there, we decided to kind of launch this Beyond the Field program. And Julie and my mom were there each and every day. So I'm going to let Julie kind of touch on what the Beyond the Field program was like and why we were so passionate about it.
With 2020, I think it slowed down a lot. And what I've really learned is what a blessing it was. I was given the opportunity to meet people that have done so much in the community and can continuously do so. I know Pastor Rob, I think Pastor Gabe as well, as I saw as well, has been huge in our life and showed us a lot of things that we can do in our community. And I feel like I can get emotional quite easily in 2020, but I'm truly so grateful for them. Beyond the Field was an opportunity to be able to reach out to kids, especially in the football community, in the high school sports, be able to learn more about what it is that they feel like they need. So Beyond the Field was a way to be able to have an after school, well, it wasn't really school time, but after that their virtual school was done, that they could go to and get practice and have amazing mentors be able to be there and to be able to learn from them exactly what they needed. Beyond the Field then turned into, with the help of Athletes Corner, who I think Brennan and Michael are on as well, was incredible. It was a moment for these kids who thought that they had, their entire season and possibly, college opportunities taken away from them, a moment to be able to shine their skills. And it was such an amazing day to be there, to talk to the parents, to see the smiles on these kids, to be able to have these college scouts there, to be able to see them. I think that hope aspect to Field, to be able to provide that, was incredible. That then trickled into an amazing connection with, again, Pastor Rob and Tim Mateo, which has been an incredible organization in the city as well. Finding a parallel of how it is that we can give back to these kids, and almost like a one-stop shop, which is where the Philly Bridge Project then came about, and the idea to be able to give a safe space for kids to be able to help with them, not outside of just the field, hence Beyond the Field. So the Philly Bridge Project is a way to get these kids to be able to have tutoring, to address food insecurities, mentoring, help with jobs. I mean, I feel like I'm missing a multitude of things that this can be, but it's really an amazing thing at GAP, which is Grace and Peace, a church building, to be able to remodel this and allow for these kids to have a safe space to go and to help them. And it's just been, I feel like I get so excited and ramped up talking about it, because it truly was an incredible year. I think, 2020 was extremely, brought a lot of perspective as well, and such a time to be able to sit back and learn from our community and the needs that are here.
Yeah, with that, I mean, obviously Julie talked about the combine that we showcased, and it really was a showcase. The school year didn't stop for these kids. So if they were a senior, expecting to play their senior year, expecting to get recruited in the fall, that didn't stop. The time didn't stop for those kids. So we needed to come up with a way to allow these kids to showcase their talent. So Julie, my mom, Athletes Corner, Michael Osborne with the Maxwell Awards, came up with this regional combine per se. And we're going to show you guys a video now of just what that experience was like for these kids. It truly is amazing what people can do when they come together for something much bigger than ourselves. And so with that being said, we're going to play this video for you guys now.
We're back.
There you guys.
It's a huge culminating event that started with Zoom calls with high school kids all across Philly at the start of the pandemic, trying to address the violence that's going on in Philadelphia and trying to give kids an outlet and really a voice, trying to help these guys get a jump start on recruiting. So it's really a game day of what today means for us.
A day like today feels like game day, which is something our kids in the area have not felt since school and before. When I found out we weren't going to have a season, I felt a need to work with others to come up with the program so we have Beyond the Field. It's meant a whole lot to be out here with the guys and come to this point where we're here at this combine. The guys need a goal, they need a dream, and I hope today we've done something to bring that to light for them.
Today means a lot to me, just overall, like what's going on, that is actually people out here that's really worried about us and really taking heed of how, like, us not playing sports in the city of Philadelphia right now is really hurting us, and how our crime rate and everything going up. So today mean a lot. Man, I think everybody that came out that did this event is taking at least a couple people out the street for a couple hours, keep them out the way, and it's keeping them focused on their future. Each and every day, just work hard, because it's going to be times where you're going to doubt yourself, times you want to give up, times you think you can't do this, you can't do that, but always work hard, because what you do behind the scenes is always going to come to light. Always work hard, never give up. Your time always going to come.
We share in that whole idea of hope, right? We live in a city and a community, an urban setting, right, where a lot of kids and their families don't feel like they have hope. I mean, the pandemic happens, you have the social injustice that happens, and they feel kind of the oppression of all those things. So how do we bring back hope? How do we restore joy back into our community, back into our city? And I think today, this is just a glimpse of that hope that we were able to kind of paint that picture for them and their families. Again, that they don't go home and feel oppressed or feel depressed, right? I've heard parents talk about their kids feeling depressed at home because of the situation. And I'm saying, well, here's something that I think God has just opened up, an opportunity to say, no, I'm still here. I still love you. I still care for you. And here's the hope that I promise you.
I think the most inspirational thing for me is just listening to the kids' stories. I've been able to sit down and just talk about what they want to do in their future, and it's fun to talk about. I mean, it kind of goes back to like when I was in high school, when you're thinking about all these opportunities that you can be able to do, but just to hear about what it is that they want to do or support that they feel like they're lacking or need. I'm so inspired by how many people have come out today that really love the mission of being able to give an opportunity to these kids, and I just really hope that they feel supported and have fun. I mean, the biggest thing is sports are so fun, and be able to just, you know, whatever it is, and hoping that an opportunity comes their way.
We're doing this so that we can get good eyes by these college coaches. All right, so show out, play hard, but at the same time, remember, we're all here for the same reason.
Lisa Ertz got in contact with me in July, unfortunately, after a player from our team was killed. And basically, it just started. She's like, what can we do? What kind of collaboration, and what do you need from our foundation to keep them safe? What can we do to keep them off the streets? And that's kind of how today was born.
So in July, I noticed on Twitter that Coach Bill Sitzma from Frankfurt posted a tweet about losing his third player in 3 years. It just really tugged at my heartstrings that this, you know, big high school football coach was really struggling with the grief of losing so many players. So I felt compelled to reach out to him and just say, like, how can the Ertz Family Foundation help you? And from there, that's how this whole thing came about. We just kind of went to work. We pulled in Tim Mateo that we've worked with before. So it was ODOP and FCA and Tim Mateo, and then we reached out to the Lighthouse Field and asked if we could run these on the field workouts a couple days a week so that the kids had something to look forward to. It kind of organically just struck me and our organization that we should build a collaboration of small nonprofits that are focused on the things that the kids told us they need, right? So instead of me saying, well, I think they need food, they told us they needed food. Or me saying, like, I think they need help going to college. They told us they need help going to college. We got very lucky and we're connected to Jerome Bettis and his foundation in Pittsburgh called The Bus Stops Here. And they decided that they liked what we're doing and they're building a collaboration called the Steel Bridge. Our collaboration is going to be called the Philly Bridge going forward. And then my goal is to get 30 more cities that are hopefully connected to professional athletes in those cities to build their own bridges and kind of look at our model and say, okay, who can we bring in to satisfy the needs of every single one of our athletes and what they are telling us that they need.
It still amazes me what we were able to accomplish, and not because of what we did, just because of what the group of organizations that were brought together were able to do. It's not about the Ertz Family Foundation, particularly in this case. We were all working together for the one goal of helping these kids out. And so with that, I'm going to have my mom kind of talk on the Philly Bridge. We heard briefly about it in the video, but the Philly Bridge, the thought behind it, and what the plan is going forward.
Thanks, guys. I'll try to get through this. Watching Julie get emotional, that just pushes me like completely over the edge because the two of us worked so closely together during that time, and it was a beautiful thing. You know, in the video, I mentioned that this whole thing came to be when I saw Coach Sitzma post about Angelo Walker, a sophomore running back that was literally just riding his bike back home after, you know, after being out on the out playing with his friends, and he was killed. And it just I don't know, the violence. I live in Philly now. I live right in Center City area, and I hear the sirens, and I kept hearing more and more sirens. So I think when I saw that, I just thought, gosh, I had 4 high school athletes. This is the worst thing I've ever heard. You know, we say this a lot. It's you know, not my son, it's our son. And so Coach Bill let us help, which was a blessing. And you know, as Zach and Julie have said, and we said in the video, it started with just how can we help, right? You know, how can we lend a hand? What can we do? And they invited me to go to this camp called the Camp at Old Mill in Honeybrook and cook breakfast for the kids, which was literally my favorite thing to do when my boys were growing up. So I got to go out and cook this huge breakfast for everyone and really listen to some of their struggles, you know, struggles that I always say are really not pandemic related: food insecurity, trauma in their homes, lack of opportunity, lack of money, lack of jobs for their parents, just a multitude of things before COVID-19. And here we were in the middle of this pandemic, and these kids were really, really struggling. And you add to that this ever increasing gun violence, and it's really a mess. So we started with like, okay, we're going to get these kids out in the field. We're going to keep them on the field. And then from there, really, it was Julie who started just asking the kids, how else can we help you? You know, and they didn't even know who Julie was. As a matter of fact, so little cute aside story, this kid said to Julie one day, I think Julie Ertz is coming to practice today. She'd been there every time. And she was like, well, I'm Julie Ertz. And it was adorable because here we were just like trying to, you know, fit in, and she was asking all these questions, and the kids were amazing. Like they would tell her, we don't have any food, or, things at home are not good, or, I want to go to college. I want to be a college athlete. I want to go to the military. How do I learn how to do that? I need tutoring. I'm failing. I need a laptop. I need Wi-Fi. And like I said, we didn't do this because we thought they needed Wi-Fi. They told us they needed Wi-Fi. And so we started just reaching out to other organizations. We work with FCA and Young Life, and to Mateo Sports for faith-based mentoring, and the huge important faith-based piece that is crucial to the foundation of our foundation. We have partnered with an esports organization, the Emerald Foundation, that's run by friends, for career exploration, Philly Futures for college readiness, Veritas for health and wellness, a trauma-informed care partner, Operation Warm, that's going to go forward with us when we do the big coat drive every December, Athletes Corner, who has been huge, and that was an introduction made to us by the amazing Mark Walpert at the Maxwell Football Club. And then they introduced us to Michael Osborne, who literally flew in and said, okay, I'm taking care of this recruiting combine. We're good to go. And we literally were good to go in 2 weeks. And this kind of stuff, when you work for a foundation, it doesn't happen. People are like, wait, you did what? October, September 1st, you started, and it was, and we did the resource fair, the recruiting combine, and also started like remodeling and cleaning out and painting the Grace and Peace building so that we could move kids in there. We thought we were going to be okay. It's a little hard right now with COVID, but I think it's 5 people per 1,000 square feet. So we're managing with these people all spread out. And everybody that we have come in contact with through this whole thing has been so gracious and so giving and so generous in time, in resources, in introducing us to somebody that could help us do something, and people are just pouring into us with all these wonderful resources. And and another friend that I met through my football life connection, Dr. Peter Cummings, introduced me to Jerome Bettis's foundation, and they were like, let's do this. So the Steelers-Eagles game on October 11th, we announced the collaboration with the Steel Bridge Project. And our goal now is there's 30 cities left in the United States, that 30 NFL cities that don't have bridge projects. And our goal in 2021 is to get a bridge project up and running in any NFL city and beyond, that want to grab the athletes and their families and listen to them and figure out what they need, form these nimble partnerships and collaborations with other organizations, and then we're good to go. So it's what do we do with the kids inside, with the tutoring, and then how do we make sure that we can blow this up and leverage this model across the country.
Yeah, and I think obviously there's a lofty goal having this in every city by 2021. But what's the point of having goals if they're not high? As athletes, you always want to be the best. You want to accomplish all your dreams and goals, and it's no different with us off the field. We have goals off the field that we want to impact the city, leave a lasting legacy in this city, and we feel like we're just scratching the surface here. So we're definitely excited about that. And then from the beyond the field and the Philly Bridge Project, some of the other things that have been particularly close to our heart during the holidays is in the past, we've had a partnership with Bringing Hope Home to do a turkey drive and hand out Thanksgiving meals every Thanksgiving. It was a little different this year, doing it virtually from afar. They were still able to get their meals, and we were there. It's one of our favorite things, honestly. Julie, you could speak about it, just what that event means to you, being able to see the families every year.
Yeah, the families have been incredible, and some have come back every single year. So you then kind of create a relationship with them. And yeah, we would go to Acme stores and be able to pass out and talk to the families, and Bring Hope Home focus on families who are dealing with cancer. And so that was pretty it's something we look forward to every year. So obviously with 2020, it happened in a very different way, but I'm very grateful to be able to have those families have Thanksgiving as well.
Yeah, definitely. And like Julie said, it's one of our favorite things each and every year to do. Also for Christmas holidays and the winter holidays, we're doing a coat drive where we're donating 1,000 coats to our local community here in Philly. I'm really excited about that. I mean, I couldn't imagine walking. I mean, it was 30 degrees in Green Bay yesterday with crazy wind. The wind chill was ridiculous. And it's no warmer here in Philadelphia in the winter, I can tell you that much. So we're really being able to give 1,000 coats to this community is big for us. And then lastly, the thing that, I mean, is probably something that we're truly honored to partner with. We partnered with an organization called Athletes Corner. And their whole organization is based off the scripture of Matthew 25, where he talks about they want to feed, or they want to clothe people, they want to feed and provide drink for those who are hungry and thirsty. They want to visit people in prison. And it's just an amazing organization. So we're partnering with them, and for every Eagles home game, the last 3 home games of the year, they're going to be donating $5,000 or 5,000 meals, 5,000 meals for every Eagles touchdown. And then when I get back, it's doubled. This home game this weekend is going to be my first home game, and I cannot wait to be back in the link playing football again. It's been too long. But with that being said, we have another video for you guys just explaining what we're doing with Athletes Corner. What's up, everyone? This is Zach and Julie Ertz here with the Ertz Family Foundation. We are so excited to tell you about our new partnership with Athletes Corner, where we're going to be launching an initiative called Holiday Touchdowns for Meals, where for every Eagles touchdown for the home games of November and December, we're going to be donating 2,500 meals from local food banks to our community right here in Philadelphia. And when I get back, for every touchdown that I score, it's going to be 5,000 meals.
We're so excited to celebrate Eagles touchdowns and feed families this holiday season. Stay tuned.
And it truly is an honor to be able to partner with Athletes Corner. We love those guys there, what they're able to do. And they're not only doing it here in Philadelphia, they're truly making a difference all over the country. And they're truly special, special people near and dear to our hearts. So we thank you for them. They're on this call right now.
Sorry. I have to tell you something too. I know you were super busy last week getting ready for the game in Green Bay. So Brennan at Athletes Corner let us know last week that they're actually donating 100,000 meals. Sorry. Yeah. So go out there and continue to catch all the touchdowns you can. Don't let that distract you. But yeah, they're just going ahead and doing 100,000 meals for the people in Philly, which is amazing. So I echo Zachary's sentiments. Thank you so much to the Athletes Corner for that. It's huge.
Yeah, I think for this year, what we've really seen is, the Ertz Family Foundation. I feel like the family section, the second word, has just been absolutely tremendous from other organizations. And that's what we've learned is we've been able to see so many incredible organizations in our city working, and to be able to elevate what they do in our city is just so important because they are doing it day in and day out. And it's been absolutely incredible to learn from them as well as partner with them. As well as that family. I know that Chig has been a huge supporter of us as well. I know Dan's on, who is a huge part of our family as well. So I think it's always important for us to say thank you. And as well as every single one of you guys that's on to take out your time on a Monday. What is it, a Monday? So just so appreciative of everyone that is on the call. And I think that's just really important to say.
And I just saw Eric's little chat pop up, and he said it takes a village, and it really does take a village. And it's not just about me and Julie. This isn't the Zach and Julie Ertz Foundation. It's the Ertz Family Foundation. And we love that you guys are on this. You guys are all part of our family. You all have a special place in our hearts just being on here tonight. And so what is next for us? What is next for you guys? My mom and Julie kind of spoke on the Grace and Peace House. You want to talk about that?
Sure. The Grace and Peace House has been an incredible place of refuge, I think is the best way to say this. It's in the heart of the city of Philadelphia. I feel like I should also have Pastor Rob come up as well. But we've been working on it to be able to have a safe space. I think that was the most eye-opening for me, is when you ask these kids that would come to the after-school program, what is it that you want? And a safe space was across, 80, 90%. And I remember asking either Pastor Gabe or Rob, just like, what does a safe space look like? And to us, it is Grace and Peace, which we also call as GAP. And it's located in the center of the city, in an area that is in a lot of need. And so that's kind of been where our focus is, and that is where the Philly Bridge project will be taking place.
And so I get Saturdays before games, I call Julie on the way home from work, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm at the Grace and Peace House painting. I said, oh, okay, well, I have about 2 hours to be home if you want to hang out. She goes, well, it looks like I'm not going to make it. We're all in on this project. It's right in Hunting Park, right in Philadelphia. It's a really tough area to be, but that's what we're called to do. We want to be able to pour into these kids, and so we've partnered with Tim Mateo and some other organizations to really transform this building. And I touched on, Julie's been there painting, my mom's been there helping her clean out some of the stuff. Not as much painting for her. She's more of a painter than a cleaner. And we're still looking to transform it. We want it to be a safe place, but also a place where these kids can get tutors, where they can learn financial literacy, where they can have esports tournaments and games and career development. And so we're really excited about what the future is going to hold for the Ertz Family Foundation. And we're so thankful everyone is here to be a part of it. And I think from there, we're going to open up for a small Q&A. So if anyone has any questions, you could put them all in the chat. My mom can read them to us, or we can read them and then do whatever we want to do from there. But like I said, we're so thankful, and we would love to do a little Q&A with you all. If you guys have questions, just send them in the chat and we'll be able to read them off.
Zachary, while we're waiting for the questions to come through, Dan Rosenzweig and Chegg just donated another 25,000 meals. So here we are doing great things. Thank you, Dan. We are so grateful. Just so grateful. The food thing is, you'd have to be, it's so hard, so painful, especially as a mom with 4 boys who loved cooking and loved feeding my kids. I can't imagine the sadness that the moms feel not being able to feed their kids. So we're so grateful, so grateful for so many of you, so many friends on this, and people who have helped us. All of you mean so much. Okay, so questions I'm getting a lot. How can we help? How can we help? Really stay tuned. We're going to start fundraising to build a huge kitchen in the basement of Grace and Peace, so that it serves as a community food source. We work really closely with the Sunday Love Food Project, which is a small organization that depends solely on donations from restaurants. So you can imagine now how difficult that is, as well as private donations. But Margot Murphy and her amazing chef make and provide up to 500 meals a day in mostly the Kensington area to the homeless community there. And so we've invited them in to the collaboration to actually help us design the kitchen in the basement of Grace and Peace. And we're gonna have like a cool commercial industrial kitchen that is extremely needed, so that people from that whole North Philly community can come in and pick up food, and we can also deliver it right into the community, right into the street. So that's one way to help. Another way to help is, with our food drives, like Thanksgiving, like Zachary said, or we're going to do this big coat drive. We're trying to provide brand new coats to people because we want them to, have a lovely new coat. So if you have resources, know of places that, have any coats, let us know. We're doing that a week from Saturday at Esperanza Health Center, and we're expecting 1,000 people. So I have a lot of work to do to get 1,000 coats between now and next Saturday, but I'm going to do it. Let's see, are you guys seeing anything? How are things going in Kensington? Eric, I'm going to answer that. Julie, Nike donated a lot of soccer equipment after the World Cup, and I was there last year for a coat drive, and then again in October, I guess it was November, the first week of November, with Joe. He's on the call too. And the difference in just 10 months was palpable. The despair there is something you can't imagine unless you walk the streets. And I think it's obviously a combination of like just the insane hopelessness in the streets, people, more and more people turning to opioids in their time of need. There's just, it's really, really a hard area, and we feel very called by God to pour into that community there. But it's tragic. It's tragic there for sure. Anything else?
There's a couple. James asked, what's the most challenging and rewarding thing you hope to accomplish? I think there's nothing really challenging. I would say, if we could help one person, we feel like we're doing something. Obviously, just the volume can be overwhelming at times because you want to do so much good. And for us, it's easy to it's not easy, but it's easy to just kind of do something small, per se, something superficial, but we want to leave something lasting. We don't want to just leave something that's going to be there for a day and gone the next. We want to be able to pour into people's lives and hopefully transform the path that they're on. Because one of my favorite scriptures is 1 John 4:19. It's kind of the scripture of our foundation is we love because he first loved us. And the love we feel each and every day is profound. So we want to echo that and share that to everyone in our communities. Most rewarding.
I mean, I don't even know how to put it. It's rewarding because you see the kids smile, what it means, and to be able to see that you can genuinely help somebody. Just go ahead.
Yeah, most rewarding, since the two women are over here in tears. I think just being able to see the smile on the kids' faces. Obviously, I heard a quote the other day that the most selfish thing you can do is help someone in need. And it truly is, because it brings a joy and a smile to you much bigger than probably the person that you're helping. And so for us, I think just being able to see the impact of a smile that you're able to make. And I mean, we play sports. What we do for a living is what we love. But we're not trying to be remembered as just two athletes that played in a World Cup, won two of them, played in a Super Bowl. We want to leave a much bigger impact, and Philly there's no better place to do that. Another question from Emmanuel was, what have we learned since March when everything changed, knowing COVID? For me, I think, what have I learned? I mean, there's so much. Obviously, the world is much different. I think for me, it just was kind of an opportunity to kind of put everything at a standstill. It was a time for Julie and I to be together for the longest time we've ever been. And so obviously there's been a lot of heartache during these past 10 months. A lot of people have lost a lot of things. But it's able for Julie and I to be together and spend a lot of time together and grow together as a couple. So we're trying to find hope in a really tough situation. It's also magnified a lot of things.
Yeah, I would say I think a small act of good goes a really long way. I think that's what I've learned this year. I think, a time of grateful for a lot of things to reflect on. But I've seen for what seems to be so easy to do or so little, how important that is, especially right now. And just to see that go a long, long way is extremely eye-opening.
Courtney asks favorite moments and memories from working or creating the foundation.
Relationships.
Yeah, I mean, this a platform that we've been given, being able to give back with the foundation. We've met so many people that we never would have met before. People have been so encouraging. People are on a Zoom call at 7:41 Eastern time on a Monday, just to hear what the foundation is doing. You know, it's just truly remarkable, because we know we couldn't do this alone by any means. We've drawn strength from so many other people, so many other organizations. It truly is it's honestly mind-blowing to a certain extent, what people have been able to help us with. Next question. Where on social media can we go? You could go to the Ertz Family Foundation social medias, Instagram, Twitter, Ertz Foundation, Ertz Family Foundation, and you could also check out the website, ertzfamilyfoundation.org, where we're up to date with everything that we're doing in our communities. We got a great tech guy, Bobby. He does it all. He's actually got COVID right now, so any technical difficulties are actually Bobby's fault. So we blame him. But no, he's doing a great job. We love him. Near and dear. We're praying that he stays safe and healthy. Another question from Matt, from his 11-year-old daughter. Thank you for being on the call. How do you balance your volunteer work and your career?
Our amazing executive director, mother-in-law Lisa Ertz, is definitely very helpful as well. But we're in constant communication as a family in general. When you talk about the extended family of the amazing organizations that we work with that do, so much work day in and day out. 2020 has been definitely a slowed down version of, at least for my soccer, which has given me a lot of time to be able to, do, on-hand work that I would like to do a lot more of as well. So that time has been amazing, and I'm very grateful for that.
Mom, some of the questions are, do you want teenage coats? Where can they buy coats? Will you touch on that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you to everybody. I just saw our friend Noreen Carruthers say they were going to buy 100 coats. I saw somebody else who said that scrolled by. So thank you. Gosh, I'm blown away. So I'm going to give you guys my email address, easy peasy, Lisa Ertz, 4@gmail.com. If you guys would send me an email after this, lisaertz4@gmail.com, and we'll coordinate that. That is super helpful, because we're going to have 1,000 hungry people that will get fed, freezing people that we need to get a coat. We're doing coats, gloves, hats, and socks. But we're just a little bit short on the coats, so that's really, really appreciated. And we are doing food for them at that event too, so that'll be great. And Operation Warm is helping us with that, the Michael Rubin Foundation, and several others that have stepped up to really give us some support with that. So that's been great. But our friends are the best. Our friends are the best. Oh, Zachary, did you type in excellent?
If there are any more questions, we'll answer a couple more, and then we don't want to keep everyone here all night. But one or two more questions if anyone has them. If not, no big deal.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, no idea what I just did. Oh well.
Well, I don't think anyone has any more questions. So we are just so thankful for everyone being on the call tonight. It was a lot of fun. I mean, obviously, we wish we could have done this in person. It's much more enjoyable when we get to see the faces of everyone. One of the questions I just got from Peg following up was, even though there's no meals per touchdown, can I promise a touchdown? And I promise I'm going to do everything I can to score a touchdown on Sunday. But, I mean, this night, I mean, wouldn't be possible without the help of all you guys. And Julie and I, our executive director, can't thank you all enough for being here. It truly takes all of us. It's not the Zach and Julie Ertz Foundation. We've said that from the beginning. It's our Ertz Family Foundation, and you all are all part of our extended family. So we're forever grateful for that.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone. So appreciate your time.